Hi, Deborah. It's really nice that you've taken the time out of your very busy schedule to be with us for the Visionnaires Masterclass this evening. So I've got a few questions to ask you, nothing too difficult. Um, but yeah, are you ready for us to get started?
Yes, yes, and thank you very much for inviting me.
No, you're welcome. So the first question that we have is, how would you describe your business right now?
Right. Well, it's funny you should ask that because obviously, being a business owner of more than one business, you've sort of got your fingers in a bit of everything. So, obviously, my substantial business is childcare, and that's where I drew my career and my training from. But along the way, so I've been a business owner for 18 years, and along the way, I've picked up becoming a property developer. I sort of fell into that when I was actually looking for premises for my nursery many years ago. And basically, I was looking for premises. I couldn't find the right field, the right one that I wanted. And then one day I came across a derelict petrol station site, and I knew that was the ideal location. So I then kind of developed the idea and went into obviously building my purpose built day nursery.
Now, when you say that was an ideal location, I had to smile because I cannot imagine that many people would look at a petrol station and think that's the ideal place to build a nursery.
Well, it was in a very key location because it was set back off a main road, surrounded by houses, a shopping precinct, a bus terminus, so transport was easily accessible. Obviously, you've got local amenities that are just at the side of the site. It was just in a really, really good location. Obviously, doing the work, the actual development of the whole business and the project, it took nearly 2 years actually. The building itself was built in less than 6 months, but it was all the sort of clean up operation that we needed to do. But luckily, I'd grown up in that area as a child, and I then left that area as you do when you're in your late teens, and then I actually came back to live in the same area. So I knew prior to being a petrol station, it was farmland before. So with the grace of God and fingers crossed, there wasn't too much cleanup work to be achieved.
Good. Okay. So let me ask you now. You've answered it a little bit, but just to expand on that a bit more, how did you get started?
So, I mean, to get started, the I had mentors. I come from a social care background, so I didn't know anything about building a building. I'd not been in business before for myself. So I was so fortunate that I ended up having two really, really good mentors that were experts in their fields. So one was development and one was about business and operational parts of business. So with those two people, it was really, really key. And I just feel as though sometimes I would have struggled tremendously without their support. They helped me to keep focused, they kept me on track. And the main thing is they kept me accountable. So when they set me tasks to achieve, obviously I had to be accountable for carrying out those tasks and moving the project from one stage to the next.
And would you say that the support from those two mentors was a key help that you got along the way?
Oh, yes, absolutely. As I said before, I don't know, like it would have, without their support and their guidance was second to none. And I think when people are looking at mentors and business coaches, it's about looking at the success of that person and that person's track record. Because, some people, I'm a business coach and mentor, and some people will say, oh, how do I know if I've got the right person? And I'll simply say, well, look at their track record of success, look at what they know about that industry, look at how they've sort of developed themselves throughout time and what their successes are.
Yeah.
Because you can have mentors that are not in the same industry, but they are successful in the same right because they understand the concept of business. So yes, so having a mentor is very key.
Thank you. So what kept you going when things got tough?
Well, when things got tough, I told myself that failure wasn't an option, and also my children were always my driving force. Because ultimately, when you're when you're managing your own time and you're creating financial wealth that is a target that you set for yourself, then obviously by creating financial wealth, you're freeing up your time, you're managing your time so you're able to be more flexible with your family and also be able to spend the time with them and create the time to do the things that you enjoy with the people that you love the most.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can really relate to that. What's one key bit of advice you'd give to someone starting a business for the first time?
My main thing would be to say to anybody starting a business is that when we're doing anything new, it's always a bit of a scary reality. And, it's very easy to talk ourselves out of it. But what I would say is feel the fear, but do it anyway.
Feel the fear, but do it anyway. Yes, brilliant. Debbie, thank you so much. There's just one more question that I've got for you.
Okay.
Why are you not with us in person right now at the event in Victoria in London?
Because I'm currently in the Caribbean. I'm actually in Barbados. I'm here working on a number of projects. One is to franchise my existing business. I'm so committed to developing and improving the lives of children, and what better way by sort of like wrapping round early education with care. So I'm obviously out here developing that concept and creating opportunities for other women to get on board and to develop their own business in childcare. I'm also very much ahead of women empowerment. I'm very passionate about also empowering women, because when you empower women, you change children's lives too. So I'm so passionate about that I'm also developing a business where we can have our own business program that we roll out to women, and even perhaps have retreats. I'm looking at perhaps a retreat in the Caribbean at some point, the UK, Europe, but certainly we will have one next year. So watch this space. So, I would like to kind of say to people that, to start your own business is such a tremendous success story for us all. I wrote my journey down so I could support other women in business and anybody that's on that journey, men and women. I'm now a best-selling author of a book called The Bigger Picture. My book was published in 2018. So, and that will give everybody an idea of my journey and my starting business. I'm also working on 2 collaborative books, which I am the lead author, one with 10 men and 10 men of colour. And it's about this journey from humble beginnings to very successful pathways, and the same for the women as well. And it's about women's stories and how they can empower and support other women.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Debbie, it's well done. You're really inspiring and encouraging. I'm sure there's many sitting, listening that are at the stage in their journeys as you were beginning, needing that motivation, that support to keep going, trying to overcome those feelings of fear. So we really appreciate you taking time out of the sun you're enjoying there. So we're enjoying the drizzle here.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. And, I just want to say to anybody out there that's at the beginning stages of starting their own business, it can feel like such a daunting experience. But one of the things I always sort of say to people is think big, but build small. And every small step you take is closer to your bigger picture and your bigger dreams, because dreams can come true. And mine certainly have. And I've been able to give my 3 children a much better life, and being able to be there for them in a way I wouldn't have been able to be there for them if I was working as an employee for someone else. So yes, it's been an incredible journey, but I've loved every minute of it. So
It's the key, isn't it? When
it is.
you love what you're doing, you're best at that. You're best
Yeah.
at the things that you love and enjoy doing. Deborah, thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a privilege to be invited by yourself, Casita, and Pablo to be on this platform. So thank you so much as well. And I hope to see you all soon. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.